the Sanctuary of Light and the Light Institute. Welcome each and all of you to this time of knowings, and invite you to bring forward the questions of your hearts, so that in our conversation we can illuminate and activate the consciousness of so many other people who are thinking the same things and having the same experiences and feeling just the same as we. So, whoever would like to begin, just speak out.
Chris,
Yes.
I was wondering, I love talking about spirituality with my friends, but does everyone need healing? Does everyone need spirituality? Or is it just for specific people at specific times?
I love that question, Luke. That's a great question. See, what you want to shift in there is the need. Spirituality is innate in all of us. So we don't have to talk about it, we don't have to meditate, we don't have to practice practices. It is part and parcel of our essence and our purpose of life. So it's always there, whether it's a drug addict or a killer or a great spiritual being, it's there within us. Now, some people are uncomfortable talking about it, mostly because they see it as a philosophy, or they see it as a part of religion, or a cultural aspect that's been stuffed down their throat their whole life. So they don't see it as going home. They don't see it as freedom. They don't see it as, this is who I truly am. So once we begin to speak of it, we begin to define it, which limits us. And I think it's an art, really, to talk about spirituality with your friends. I feel that it's so important for all of us to begin to share spiritual experiences that we have. You might be looking up at a star and suddenly feel a link there, a recognition. You're made of the same carbon atoms as a star, and so there's so many experiences, psychic, intuitive, telepathic, healing experiences that we all have, that if we just told our friends, it would release them partly from the taboo that has been in place for so long about speaking of their experiences. Do we need healing? On one level, absolutely not. No, we are magnificent beings. Are we evolving? Yes. In the process of evolution, do we fall on our faces? Absolutely. Do we tread water? Do we move backwards? Do we fall into the pit of darkness? Yes, yes, yes. But healing, we need to caress that in a different way. Because when we say, does someone need healing? It really implies that we're imperfect, that we've missed the boat, that we've done it wrong. And there's too much of that in the spiritual world. There's too much of that in the world, period. What we need to realize is that, and by the way, as we heal ourselves, and healing to me simply means illuminating our purpose and our truths, which are always changing, by the way, as we evolve. And that by tuning into ourselves as spiritual beings, because that always heals us, because it always makes us happy. It always allows us to remember, oh yes, I'm a part of the cosmos. I have purpose here. I'm not alone. And as we do that, we heal others around us. Because your presence, whatever you're talking about, or not talking, your presence is creating a ripple out from you that influences others. And so I always say when we're working on teaching healing is that as you heal others, you heal yourself. It goes both directions. But there's too much stigma on the healing part, let me heal you. No, let us all laugh and know that we are being healed as we sit here, like it or not. That is the direction of life. It's the direction of the cosmos. And let me say, I honor you for speaking to your friends about spirituality, because as you do that, and you speak of it as well in terms of your own wisdom, your own experiences, it opens them. First of all, it opens them to know who you are. And we all need to look around and see the divine lighted beings in each other, and allows you to bring forward something that's obviously a part of who you are, which is to give wisdom and to extend, whether you're doing that in your yoga or whatever way you're doing that. No, but your presence is what's doing it. So if we just relax the healing and the needing, then what happens, and what I've noticed in my life, is that when I begin to speak of healing experiences without, or spiritual experiences without the words necessarily hitting someone in the face, they have tremendous spiritual experiences around me without even knowing it. But I know it. And that allows me to giggle for us all. And so I'm so glad that you do that. And sometimes people say, stop, I don't want to hear it. And so then we do the Johnny Appleseed. You know the story of Johnny Appleseed? It's a very famous American story.
You just threw the seeds everywhere.
It's about this young man, takes a sack of appleseed and walks from New York across America, throwing the seeds. And he never looks back to see if they grow. He never stops to water, he just throws the seeds. And that has always been a powerful message to me from my higher self, to keep from getting my ego involved. It's not yours, whether they choose it or not choose it, or agree with you or don't agree with you. Just place the seed. And there are many ways to place that seed. The most powerful way to place the seed is the way you live your life. What comes from your face, what comes from your heart, that's the most powerful seeding there is. And those large, open ears listening to others. Because we've forgotten that if you listen to others, you can know what's happening to them spiritually. And then you really can say the right thing or make the right gesture that can change their lives.